There's a stillness where your laughter used to be. No more dancing shadows calling back to me. I place my fears in folded sheets, let them rest where you won't see. The scent of jasmine on the breeze reminds me pain can also please. I don't erase what we became, but I no longer speak your name. The air is soft, the world is kind. For once I'm not confined. You left traces in the quiet, but they no longer shout, just sigh. Love was loud, but healing's deep. I find myself in dreamless sleep. I don't crave what once was fire. Now I breathe with calm desire. I learned to smile without pretending. Not every star needs an ending. Your echo doesn't lead me now. I follow peace, I don't know how, but it finds me when I'm still, when silence bends instead of kills. I don't rewrite the love we wrote, but I no longer need that note. The melody has changed its tune. There's daylight in my afternoon. You left traces in the quiet, but they no longer shout, just sigh. Love was loud, but healing's deep. I find myself in dreamless sleep. I don't crave what once was fire. Now I breathe with calm desire. We don't forget, we just forgive. In softer ways we learn to live. You were a storm, I was the shore. Now I don't wait for you anymore. You left traces in the quiet, whispers now where storms ran riot. Love was chaos, healing's art. Now I guard my beating heart. No regrets, no flames to feed, just the silence that I need. Traces in the quiet, but I walk on complete. You used to hold me like the tide, pulling close then drifting wide. I lost myself in every glance, believed too long in second chance. Now the days move smooth and slow, and I don't ask where you might go. The silence used to weigh me down, now it's just a softer sound. I've made a place where pain can leave, in spaces where I used to grieve. You're a name the wind forgot, a page that time has gently blotted. I still feel the ache sometimes, but it no longer steals my nights. Love was real, but peace is sweet. I found myself beneath my feet. I walk by where we used to meet, redrawn the map inside. You're a name the wind forgot, a thread that's loosened from the knot. I still smile at what we knew, but now my soul belongs to truth. Love was deep, but I'm released. Now I'm fading in the breeze, soft and slow, like falling leaves. I let you go with quiet ease. We started like a whispered flame, flickering, unsure, but still it came. Your hand spoke what you couldn't say, and I believed you'd always stay. But some love fades without a sound. Not every heart is meant to be found. I wore your absence like a coat, heavy threads I never wrote. But time had softened every thread. Now I sleep alone in peace instead. You're still the echo of the first hello, a memory in waves that come and go. I've cried the storms, I've faced the fall. Now I don't need you there at all. Love was fragile and it broke just so, but healing came in letting go. I walk the paths we used to know, same sky above, new seas below. The air is kind, the silence true, and I no longer dream of you. I hum the songs you never learned, and smile at bridges that I burned. I held your shadow far too tight, but now I bask in softer light. What once was raw now feels refined, like salt that sweetens over time. You're still the echo of the first hello, a memory in waves that come and go. I've cried the storms, I've faced the fall. Now I don't need you there at all. Love was fragile and it broke just so, but healing came in letting go. I don't regret the way we bloomed, even if it ended soon. You were a season, not a fate, and I arrived though you were late. You're still the echo of the first hello, but you don't haunt the way winds blow. I found a rhythm of my own, a gentler truth, a softer tone. Love once trembled, now it glows in echoes of that first hello. Whispers fade, and so did we. You were the sound beneath my skin, quiet song, I let you in. We danced on days we couldn't name, and smiled beneath the falling rain. But seasons turn, and so did you. Some goodbyes don't ask for clues. I used to chase your fading voice. Now I find peace in softer noise. No bitterness, no bitter end. Just space where broken things can bend. I found calm where your touch used to be. In the hush between the memories. Love was deep, but so was pain. And now I bloom beneath the strain. You don't echo like before. I'm healing where the quiet mends the soul. I light a candle for the past, not to bring it back, but let it pass. No more shadows in the door, no more person on the floor. I rest in hours once filled with ache, a heart rebuilt from every break. I don't erase what once was real, but I know found calm where your touch used to be. In the hush between the memories. Love was deep, but so was pain. And now I bloom beneath the strain. You don't echo like before. I'm healing where the quiet mends the soul. Some love was meant to teach, not stay. And I have learned to walk away with open hands and steady light. No need to fight what felt so right. I found calm where your touch used to be. Not in regret, but clarity. What we had was fierce and wild. Now I protect my inner child. You don't echo like before. I'm whole again and needing more. Where the quiet mends, that's where I begin again. I used to chase the sound of your voice. Every word a promise I held on to. Now I walk through echoes of choice, learning how to breathe without you. The light feels different on my skin, like I'm waking from a memory within. No more trying to rewind what's already left behind. I let the tears be part of me, not something I have to hide. You're a chapter that closed with grace, a name I whisper in a quieter place. It doesn't burn like it used to do. Now it floats like a leaf through morning dew. I'm healing where your hands once stayed, soft as hurt fades. Your shadow doesn't stretch so long. Not every quiet means something's wrong. I drink my tea slow, hold it with both hands, learning how the stillness understands. Love doesn't vanish, it just reshapes what we thought we'd never escape. No more begging for replies to questions written in cloudy skies. I let your name fall from my lips without the tremble in my sighs. You're a chapter that closed with grace, a name I whisper in a quieter place. It doesn't burn like it used to do. Now it floats like a leaf through morning dew. I'm healing where your hands once stayed. Soft as silence, the hurt fades. I won't pretend I don't still feel, but I don't need you here to heal. What's broken found its way to bend. Not every scar needs to defend. You're a story that made me weep. Now you're part of the calm I keep. It doesn't sting like the first goodbye. It's a hush beneath an open sky. I'm healing where your hands once stayed. Soft as silence, the hurt fades. Soft as silence, the hurt fades. Your footsteps used to fill the room. Now I dance with fading perfume. I kept the glass where your hand stayed, but not the words you never said. The coffee's cold but tastes just fine. I've learned to sit with my own mind. I thought love was something loud, but it whispers when it's not allowed. I found the stillness I once feared, and in that hush you disappeared. This is my velvet goodbye. No crashing waves, no reason why. I fold your name into a sigh and breathe it out beneath the sky. You were a storm I couldn't keep. Now I float gently and asleep. I used to check the empty chair, half expecting you'd be there. But space became a friend to me. It holds my thoughts, it sets me free. No bitter lines, no angry tone, just softer skin and lighter bones. I used to break on every bend, but healing doesn't need to mend. Some cracks let through a warmer light. Some endings learn to feel just right. This is my velvet goodbye. No crashing waves, no reason why. I fold your name into a sigh and breathe it out beneath the sky. You were a storm I couldn't keep. Now I float gently and asleep. I fades. This is my velvet goodbye, not with regret, just clear-eyed high. No more pretending I don't know. Some love just comes to help you grow. You were a dream I had to leave. Now I find beauty when I grieve. Velvet goodbye. I whisper and I let it lie. You left your coat but took the sun. I watched the shadows one by one fold themselves across the floor where love once stood and asked for more. I whispered truths you never knew. Now I speak them just for me, not you. It's not anger, not regret, just the quiet of what's unmet. No fireworks, no falling glass, just a silence built to last. There's nothing left to hold and that's okay. The winds have taken what couldn't stay. Your name's a song I used to hum. Now it fades like evening drum. Love was real but didn't grow. Now I walk softer than you'll know. I kept the keys but changed the doors. Took down the notes stuck on the drawers. The scent you wore is barely there, like a memory too light to bear. No more circles in my chest, only breath that knows what's best. I won't trace the lines we drew on maps that never pointed true. I leave the past where it belongs, in echoes not in present songs. There's nothing left to hold and that's okay. The winds have taken what couldn't stay. Your name's a song I used to hum. Now it fades like evening drum. Love was real but didn't grow. Now I walk softer than you'll know. I thought that healing would be loud, but it came like mist without a cloud. Not in waves, not with a fight, but in learning how to sleep at night. There's nothing left to hold and I feel like no more hoping, no more light. Your ghost has left the quiet air, and I no longer need you there. What we had I'll never shame, but I no longer say your name. You were once the flame I fed, now I rest with peace instead. We built a world on drifting sand. I held your dreams in open hands, but something slipped right through the seams, like pages lost from fragile dreams. I tried to hold what wasn't mine. Now I let go, and that's just fine. I used to wake at every dawn, counting all the ways you're gone. has taken root below, where sorrow used to grow. You were half of the sky I knew. Now the stars feel brighter without you. I don't trace your name in rain, I just walk on without the strain. Love was real, it left a scar, but healing shows me who we are. I kept your voice in folded notes, pressed between the things I wrote. But words can't hold what time erased, and not all pain deserves a place. Now silence holds me like a friend. I don't need you to feel again. No more echoes down the hall, no more waiting for your call. I sit with stillness in my chest and know that I deserve the rest. You were half of the sky I knew. Now the stars feel brighter without you. I don't trace your name in rain, I just walk on without the strain. Love was real, it left a scar, but healing shows me who we are. There's grace in things that had to end, a softer truth I comprehend. You taught me love and then you taught that letting go is not for naught. You were half of the sky I knew, but now I see the whole view. I don't reach for what is past, I found a peace that seems to last. Love was fire but I survived, and now I'm more than just alive. You were half of the sky, but I've learned how to fly. I watched the light move through the trees, felt your shadow drift from me. No final word, no heavy slam, just the hush of who I am. I traced the loss along my skin and let the silence pull me in. I didn't fight to hold you tight, some love just fades without a fight. And in the space you used to fill, I learned to float, to just be still. Now I'm carried by the still, no more spinning at your will. You were fire, I was flame, now I burn with softer names. Not every bruise needs to be seen, some hearts heal where they have been. Don't replay the things you said, the sound is soft inside my head. The ache has curled into a sigh, no need to ask the reasons why. You were a lesson I outgrew, a chapter closed and quiet. You No bitter song, no sharp refrain, just tender echoes in the rain. I walk through days without your trace and find my rhythm, find my pace. Now I'm carried by the still, no more spinning at your will. You were fire, I was flame, now I burn with softer names. Not every bruise needs to be seen, some hearts heal where they have been. won't forget the way you smiled, but I don't need you in the wild of every thought, of every breath. I've made my peace with what was left. And now I'm carried by the still, like calm waves against the hill. You were love, but not my end. Now I breathe as my own friend. No need to hold what slips away. Some love is light that doesn't stay. I'm carried by the still, and I always will. Your name still lives between my sighs, but not the kind that makes me cry. I kept the chair where you would sit. It doesn't hurt the way it did. The books we left half read, half true, now rest beside a calmer view. No storm, no rush, no sudden fade, just distance that we slowly made. And though your voice has lost its weight, I learned to smile at empty plates. I'm held by the quiet where love used to be. No more pretending what we couldn't see. You were a season that passed through my skin, left me with lessons and room to begin. I don't replay what never fit, just rest in peace where we both quit. The light still finds the kitchen wall, but I don't wait for you to call. I hum the tune you never learned and let the tea grow cold unburned. I walk alone, but not alone. This house has slowly grown its own. I used to need a reason why. Now I just watch the birds go by. Love didn't leave a hole to fill, it left a space that's calm and still. I'm held by the quiet where love used to be. No more pretending what we couldn't see. You were a season that passed through my skin, left me with lessons and room to begin. I don't replay what never fit, just rest in peace where we both quit. We don't erase, we don't replace. Some love just lives without disgrace. And in the hush, I finally see you were a part, but not all of me. I'm held by the quiet, and I don't resist. The echo fades, but I still exist. You were a chapter I won't rewrite, but I close the book with softer light. No pain remains, no bitterness, just gentle air and tenderness. Held by the quiet, and that's enough for me. spending quiet hours beneath the leaves. We built a world of almost maybes, then watched it fall like changing seas. I don't remember every word, but I recall the ones that hurt. You didn't leave in smoke or sound, just vanished when I turned around. No final scene, no crash, no fight, just absence settling into night. Now there's nothing in between, not love, not hate, just something clean. You were thunder I once chased, now I'm moving quieter grace. I don't need a reason why. Some good things say their last goodbye. I fold the moments into drawers, not locked away, just used no more. You're not a ghost, you're not a flame, you're just a song without a name. I still find echo goes in the rain, but they don't sting, they don't remain. I don't rewind the softer parts, I let them rest inside my heart, where love once bloomed and came undone. I've learned to bloom beneath the sun. Now there's nothing in between, not love, not hate, just something clean. You were thunder I once chased, now I'm moving quieter grace. I don't need a reason why. Some good things say their last goodbye. Bye. You were the lesson, not the end. Not every wound forgets to mend. We met, we broke, we gently fell, and in that fall I found myself. Now there's nothing in between, no bitter shade, no in between. You were thunder, I was sky, now I breathe and don't ask why. I don't ache the way I did, and I no longer close the lid. You left like autumn leaves in spring, too soon, too soft to feel the sting. The room still holds a trace of you, but air feels different, open too. I watered plants you used to hate, and watched them grow beyond the gate. I used to count the cracks inside, now I just let the outlet get. There's healing in the in-between, in quiet days and fields unseen. You were ashes in the bloom, love that faded left me room to feel the loss, to cry it through, then start again in shades of new. I'm not angry, just Your shirt still hangs behind the door. I pass it, but I touch no more. The tears don't fall like they once did. They rise, then rest where grace has hid. I hum alone, the chords have changed, the melody's no longer caged. I held your silence like a thread, but now I sew with peace instead. Not every end must come with flame. Some slowly fade without an end. You were ashes in the bloom, a ghost of laughter in the room. But I've repainted all the walls and smiled through unfamiliar calls. I'm not broken, just rebuilt, with less of blame and none of guilt. You taught me how to lose with grace, to find the beauty in empty space. Not every we becomes a win, but every hurt can teach again. You were ashes in the bloom, a passing storm, a quiet tune. The pain once held me close at night. Now love feels warm without the fight. I've grown from where we came undone, and now I rise towards softer sun. You were ashes, but I became the bloom. Like sunlight lost in mist, no sharp goodbye, no final kiss, just quieter days that pass me by, like questions asked without reply. I sat with memories in the shade and watched the colors start to fade. No need to chase the might have been. The sky is softer on my skin. There's beauty in the silent fall, in knowing I can feel it all. You were rain without thunder, gone before I could wonder. No crash, no flame, just drifting air, a love that vanished everywhere. But in that hush I found my ground and heard my own heart make a sound. I packed the things we used to share, but kept the silence in the chair. The way it holds what you once were, a shape of love, a whispered blur, no longer crying in the dark. I light my path with gentler spark. Some endings don't require a storm. But even soft departures leave a quiet room that helps you breathe. You were rain without thunder, a lesson wrapped in summer. I lost, I grieved, I found my peace in echoes where the cries would cease. Now I bloom, though not the same, and I no longer speak your name. You were rain, but I became the calm.
I left your letters in the drawer, unread, untouched like times before. The words still smell of hope and fear, but I no longer hold them near. I washed the mugs, I swept the floor, and locked the parts I can't restore. I don't rewind the quiet scenes where love was caught in in-betweens. I breathe you out like autumn air, no anger left, just open care. We're folded hearts in separate books, once tangled lines, now different looks. The story changed, the pages turned, but through the ash I've slowly learned not all love has to be loud. Some heal beneath a softer cloud. The songs you played don't sound the same, but I still hum them without blame. I take my walks where silence grows, along the path where closure flows. The echoes faint but not unkind, it's just a voice I left behind. No final scene, no curtain call, just drifting leaves and no free fall. I found my calm in letting go, and watered roots you'll never know. We're folded hearts in separate books, once tangled lines, now different looks. The story changed, the pages turned, but through the ash I've slowly learned not all love has to be loud. Some heal beneath a softer cloud. You were a season wrapped in gold, but some warmth isn't meant to hold. I send you peace in every breeze, and hold myself with quiet ease. We're folded hearts, and that's okay. Some chapters aren't supposed to stay. You gave me tears, but taught me grace. Now healing takes your empty place. No fire, no remains, no need to fight. Just folded hearts and scepter light. Just folded hearts, and I sleep well tonight.
you didn't stay. Just left the keys and walked away. The shoes you wore still by the door, but you don't walk these halls no more. I played the song you used to love, but let it go before enough. I didn't break, I didn't call, just let the silence catch it all. The love we had began to thin, like breath that never made it in. I fell into the quiet and I stayed, letting go of all we couldn't save. The world didn't end, it just grew wide, with room for tears I didn't hide. You were real, but not meant for long. I healed where you had once belonged. The mirror shows a softer face, a little worn but full of grace. I laugh alone and not pretend that joy can't bloom where lovers end. No bitterness, just empty space, where I've begun to find my place. I used to chase the what if side, but now I walk, I don't divide. The past was warm, the past was mine, but I no longer call it sign. I fell into the quiet and I stayed, letting go of all we couldn't save. The world didn't end, it just grew wide, with room for tears I didn't hide. You were real, but not meant for long. I healed where you had once belonged. Some love is not a flame to keep, it teaches more when it runs deep, then fades like dust behind the hill and leaves you standing calm and still. I fell into the quiet, not by choice, but there I found my truest voice. No need for closure, no more fight, just softer eyes and clearer sight. You were part of who I was, but I'm whole again because I paused. I fell into the quiet and I rose in my own light.
You came like spring before its time, too full of bloom, too undefined. I held you close, but not too tight, afraid to crush the morning light. You smiled like someone just passing through, and I loved you more than I meant to. But hearts don't break in sudden ways. They stretch, they bend and drift for days. No crashing sound, no shattered glass, just moments we forgot to grasp. This is where love fell softly down. No thunder cried, no lost and found. You disappeared without a scar, but left your breath inside my jar. And though you're gone, I'm not the same. I've learned to love without the blame. The cup you use still holds the stain of something sweet I just no longer wish you cared. Your absence walks me to the shore, but I don't look for you no more. No stories left I need to write, no wishing stars, no sleepless night. The past just hums a softer tune, and I let go beneath the moon. This is where love fell softly down. No thunder cried, no lost and found. You disappeared without a scar, but left your breath inside my jar. And though you're gone, I'm not the same. I've learned to love without the blame. I thought I'd break without your voice, but healing came without a choice. It whispered slow, it asked me stay, until the hurt just moved away. This is where love fell softly down, and silence grew from hollow ground. You were a fire I couldn't keep, but now I rest and I can sleep. You were a song I had to end, but now I sing as my own friend. Where love fell softly, I began again. You were a story half complete, with lines that drifted off the beat. I turned each page with trembling hands, afraid of what I'd understand. But silence made its way between the parts of us that stayed unseen. No curtain fall, no final scene, just empty chairs and what had been. I didn't beg for you to stay, I just let time erase the gray. Now I write in softer tones, built a peace that stands alone. You were love I couldn't hold, but in the loss I'm not as cold. Pages turn, those stories bend. Some don't need a perfect end. Hello. The light still falls across the bed, but not with words we should have said. The scent of rain, the sound of keys, no longer pull me to my knees. I walk the halls without your name, and every step feels less But not all love survives the tide. Now I write in softer tones, not afraid to be alone. You were real and that was true, but I've outgrown the shape of you. And though the story had to end, I thank you still, my almost friend. Pages without didn't leave like stories say. No slamming doors, no skies turn gray. Just quieter steps and distant eyes, a softness wrapped in small goodbyes. The way you smiled before you turned felt like the end I hadn't learned. No need for drama, no need to scream. Some loves just slip out of the dream. I watched it go like whispered air, and found some peace still living there. It's the way it faded, not the fall. No breaking sound, no final call. Just space where laughter used to be, and room enough to set me free. No blame to hold, no scars to trace. Just letting go with quiet grace. I found your sweater weeks ago, folded neat, too soft to throw. But wearing it don't feel the same. It's just a cloth without your name. The scent is gone, the thread feels thin, but I don't need to breathe you in. I thought I'd ache for much more time, but healing doesn't always climb. Sometimes it waits beneath the skin and rises slow, then starts again. It's the way it faded, not the fall. No breaking sound, no final call. Just space where laughter used to be, and room enough to set me free. No blame to hold, no scars to trace. Just letting go with quiet grace. You taught me love and taught me pause. Not every loss needs to be caused. For pain that lingers past its stay, some hearts are meant to drift away. It's the way it faded, soft and low. No sudden stop, just ebb and flow. And in that stillness I found me, beyond what we could never be. The quiet didn't break me down, it helped me breathe without your